just realize that we're not each other's enemy. Like,
Place to start.
we are not each other's enemy. We need each other. And if we don't get it together, things are gonna get a lot worse. And it can get a lot worse. Like, things are bad now, but this separatism, this division, this blame game is putting the energy or directing our energy, and not even just energy, this venom towards each other. Us directing this venomous energy towards each other. It's unnecessary. It's necessary to see what's actually happening, but it's unnecessary because we ain't responsible for the state that we find ourselves in ultimately. And the only reason that I say that is because it's not a coincidence that we're the only ones that can't get this shit together. It's not a coincidence. For those who know, they know we have been wired this way. We haven't been told the importance of us being for each other. Like, how are we gonna create our kingdom if we're at odds? It's not gonna happen. But we need to identify what the issue is. I think that we kind of think somewhere in the back of our minds that we're enemies, or that we're not in the same situation as each other. We absolutely are. We absolutely 100% are. Our energy needs to be directed towards those who are responsible. We don't view things in the way that we do for no reason. Do you get what I mean? It is rocket science, because we don't get it. Because how will we continue to grow and create life if we don't see the importance in each other?
I think name calling doesn't help. I've heard quite a lot, either directed at me or directed at other black women, of being the angry black woman.
Okay.
And it could be because it's not allowing disrespect to happen. And what I've come to learn is that if a woman, particularly a black woman, be like, do you know what, I didn't like how you said that, or you don't have to talk to me like that, or you don't have to use those type of words, you're in your feelings, or you're being this angry black woman, or you're being this and you're being that. And just that phrase of being an angry black woman, it's really degrading. Because why do I need to be angry, or why am I classed as angry and being that angry black woman? Because I'm saying to you, I don't like the way you spoke to me. I'm not speaking to you in a way. I'm not degrading you and saying you're this black man who's this. You know what I mean? I'm not characterizing you as what you are. I'm just saying to you as a person, I didn't like the way you spoke to me, like how you're speaking to me. I'm not saying you can't express how you feel, but there is a way of communicating. And I think that's the problem where it comes to black men and black women. And then they will turn around and say, oh well, that's why I might go with another particular race, if that makes sense. And then it's like they'll say it to get a reaction. And it's just like, if you don't give them a reaction and you just give them silence, they've got something to say. Some men will have to see, that's the attitude That's the silence attitude. You give the silence treatment. But then if you say something, oh, there you go. That's the angriness. That is why. That's the unattractiveness of a black woman, etc. So sometimes I feel like being a black woman can be very difficult, can be very challenging in all different aspects, in relationships, in the work placement, in society, kind of thing. We can be classed as being as bottom of the barrel.
To touch on to just add in about language, I think there's things we really like. There really needs to be a sit down and unpacking of everything.
Yeah.
So, like in my mind, I still can't get why people want to even have a excuse around why we use the N-word. Like, why would you want to use that and change it? And oh no, but it's to take the power, but you're not, because we're seeing that the same thing that it's doing is generally using the self-destructive music or whatever it is in the context.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that which really needs to be unpacked. There's stuff about like who are we? Who are we? Do you even know who you are? So unpacking that. On the masculine feminine side, I think there just needs to be compassion. Like you said it millions of times, there is a level of compassion we need to start building into our systems, which enables us to see people differently, which is simple. We as men need to be sitting down and listening from a place of compassion to our women, how they're feeling, what they feel they need, and vice versa.
100%.
Women need to sit down and listen to men, not interrupt on both sides.
Yeah.
We do not interrupt each other. We hear from the heart, and then we go, okay, we know what, because what we get is like, if I've had this personally as well, I'm like, okay, I hear you. What do you want me to do? Now we know how you're feeling. What do you want me to do? And not every time do women want to come up with the answer. They sometimes want us to be able to use our brains and actually see, because if we saw, we could come up with the answer.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrating for a lot of women, because they're like, well, if you fucking heard me, then you would know how to reason. Do you know what I mean? But
now we're getting something.
Yeah. So then for a man, like for me, I need clarity. So I'm going to be like, okay, I heard you, but remember our perspectives play a part in this. My perspective might filter something very differently to you. So I need to check in to know.
You can't force someone to comprehend something that they're not ready to. It's like saying, guess what happened today and you weren't there. Do you get what I mean? Because, you know, it's like, even when things are explained, what determines what you understand is how you comprehend it. You might hear something the same way someone else hears it, but comprehend it completely. Do you get what I mean? We view things differently, but we're only going to get to that place with compassion, with empathy, with patience, with knowing that we're in it together, with knowing that we're under attack, with knowing that we've got a lot of unpacking, with knowing that if you don't get it right for yourself first, then you're never going to be able to get it right for you and her. But also she has to get it right for herself. You know, they say,
but even what you're saying, even knowing you don't get it right for yourself is where we can start. Shit, I've got it so wrong.
But then you've also got knowing, like, you can't unify it as a whole if you don't unify with yourself. And that means knowing who you are. See, and this is why it's gonna be a uphill fight for us, because we've literally got to unpack this thing layer by layer, and it's gonna take a long time. And until we do that, we're not gonna be able to unify with oneself.
Because they always, what you find is they've put so many blocks in place. So if it's not history, it's the masculine or feminine, it's then religion, it's then food, it's then
so
culture.
many agendas,
It's like so many things before you can get to the purity of what this
Yeah.
this being is, or this
Yeah.
essence is.
Yeah. For me, as a melanated man, it's my duty to be there for melanated people.
Why
But
do you think it's your duty?
because I am melanated,
Mm.
I would want to put that energy. So me doing that is me ultimately putting energy into myself,
Why?
because I don't separate us.
Okay.
There's a
Like,
oneness.
like if I'm
Yeah.
like if
Everyone
I'm
talks
out there
Mm.
and I'm seen and I'm put in a box, I'm gonna be put in a black box,
Mm.
like everyone else that is melanated. You're gonna
Okay.
be put in the black box. So with that alone, they see you as the same. But I don't need them to see me as the same to know who I am or what I am, because I have an understanding of they're my people, regardless of how I feel. Don't get me wrong, with me saying that, I'm also saying that I've got to take care of myself first and foremost.
Mm.
But when I did that, I realized, shit, my people just don't know.
Mm.
I got people that I have to be there for.
Mm.
They must know this. I can't not tell them this.
Mm.
I can't not, because they are me. And they are out there in a battlefield. That's how you get your head licked off. So, if I don't see us as one, separatism, again, it's not my business. But it is my business, because when they attack us, they attack me.
Mm. I hear that, but not everyone has that mentality. The one thing that our race do is compete with one another all the time. We're in
Like we're insane.
every aspect of life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The car we drive,
You gave that to us.
the house we own. If you do the same kind of work, if you're a DJ, if you do podcasts, if you do this, you do that, there's always a competition with other people. There's never like, let's collaborate, let's build as one, let's become stronger by uniting. There's none of that, because like there's a lot of, oh, I'll make you get to this level, but I need to make sure I'm up here still, where I can look down on you. But there's no way of, it has to be equal.
It's that dominance hierarchy, innit?
Well, this is it. But then we do it within our race.
But it's because we don't see each other as one.
Well, that's the problem.
That is the problem.
That is the problem.
I guess it's like, it's still slavery if you think about it.
Nah, it's not even, I guess, it is still slavery.
Because if that mentality wasn't the origins of our thoughts, then obviously where did it come from? And that was something that they made people do, compete. You've got to pick the most cotton so you can get dinner or whatever it is. You've got to be the best at entertainment so you can get privileges. So when you think about it, everyone's out, especially young youth, and they're just trying to get chains and chain the flipping. What is chains? Is a flipping.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Even on that lower tier, you're just trying to be slaves again. Even when you go up in this thing, all you're doing is getting closer to an idea that still has you as a slave. But in your mind, I need to get out. 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 But with getting out, you're going back in.
Yeah, how many people get to that space and they realise what it is?
Most
a lot
of
of them turn mad, or they
Most
drink
of them.
because the reality hits them like, shit, we're really just slaves but in a different form. And these people, I'm now in the face of it, where they're saying, no, we control you, we own you.